the Grandwizzard Theodore, my man.
Salute.
Thank you for
Salute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. This is truly an honor. And before I get into this too much, I want to shout out all the DJs. I got a lot of DJ friends. I want to dedicate this show to my man DJ Panic, DJ Chicago, DJ Cochise. You know what I'm saying? DJ Double O, my man DJ Cool Kurt. Those guys I rock with here in Ohio. You know, I've actually been part of the DJ scene. I was always the guy, especially with my man Cool Kurt. You know, I was the cake. You know, I was carrying the crates.
Right. We all carry crates at one time or another.
Yeah, you know, helping him do the setup. Same thing with my man DJ Panic. So we're gonna start out like this, man. You grew up in the Bronx, right?
Yeah, man. I was born in Harlem, but grew up in the Bronx.
And growing up, what was the vibe like? Like what was the things that kind of drew you towards music that just kind of gave you, really caught your attention, really caught your ear?
What caught my attention, man, and what really drew my ear is just family and environment. My mom's always played music. She played music when she was cooking. She played music when she was happy. She played music when she was sad. She played music when she was about to whip some butt. I mean, we looked at American Bandstand. We looked at Soul Train every Saturday.
Yes.
And music was in the family, man, from day one, ever since I can remember.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, did you ever get to the point where you started playing an instrument? Did you play like any instruments in school or anything like that?
I remember when I was like 8 years old, my mom's brought me a drum set, and the drum set I think lasted like about a week or two, and that was it, man. So I didn't play no instruments, nothing like that, man. I wasn't the kind of person that played instruments, man. That wasn't me.
Mm-hmm. So what was going on that gravitated you towards turntables?
What gravitated me towards turntables was my brother Mean Gene and Grandmaster Flash. I was exposed to all the other elements of hip hop. Like when I go to the store for my mom's, people on the corner doo-wopping, freestyling, whatever. I would go to the train station and see all the graffitis, on the trains, graffiti in the school, graffiti in the schoolyard, graffiti on the buildings, graffiti on the derelict cars, graffiti in the park. Graffiti was all over the place.
Right.
And then I seen the B-boys, they were B-boying in the hallways, B-boying in the streets, B-boying in the parks. It was all around me. But when I was 10, 11 years old, and I seen two turntables in the mixer from my brother Mean Gene and Grandmaster Flash, that's when it finally hit me that I want to become a DJ.
Wow. So how did you get your first set of turntables? Like, what did you do? Get a job? You saved up? How was that whole process?
Well, when we became L Brothers, which is my brother Mean Gene, my brother Cordio, and myself, when Flash and my brother Gene finally went their separate ways, that's when we formed the L Brothers.
Okay.
And that's when, my brother Mean Gene and Cordio, they bought the turntables and stuff like that. I just played on the equipment. They owned all the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
I just played on the equipment. But when I decided to go and form the Fantastic Five, that's when, I had to get my own turntables and mixers and everything. And that was like 1980, 81. That's when I had to get my own equipment and stuff like that. Because, I have 5 MCs to play behind, and you can't be a DJ if you ain't got no equipment. You're only as good as it's like a carpenter. You're only as good as the tools that you use.
Right.
So that's the way it was.
So primarily, were you just DJing for the group, or were you doing like clubs or parties or anything like that?
Yeah, I was doing both. I would end up doing somebody's wedding. I would end up doing a picnic, a barbecue, wherever, man, you know. And you know, we were, you know, me and the five, we would go out and, you know, we doing clubs, we doing, you know, block parties, we doing everything, man. I mean, anything pertaining to music, man, we was ready, man. We was definitely ready.
That's dope. Now you're credited for inventing the scratch. How was that process? What made you be like, I'm about to chicken tear up this record like this?
Well, I mean, it's like you know, there was a lot of DJs around me, and I wanted to be different, man. You know, God gave me this gift, man. You know, what I have is not a talent. What I have is a gift, and I feel that's one of the reasons why I'm still here, because God gave me this gift, man, and this gift is going to be with me forever until they throw dirt on me.
Right.
You know, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just in the house, man, making a cassette tape for my school is when I create the scratch. You know, playing the music too loud. Mom's comes in the room, tell me to turn the music down or turn the music off, and I turn the music down and do a little baby scratch. Mom's left the room. I finished my cassette tape, rewind it back, started listening to it. I heard myself baby scratching, and I was like, wow, I can build off of this, you know? So I started building off of that, using different records, different 45s and stuff like that. And, you know, it became a scratch at 12 years old in 1975. And I never looked back ever since.
Wow, that's incredible. Is that it was just you kind of just like stumped, so you pretty much just kind of stumbled upon it and was like, hey, this is pretty dope. I can do something with this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Wow, that's crazy for real. That's crazy to even think to take that risk that, you know, you can scratch the record and not cause any harm, and then still be on beat and recreate beats and just really bring a whole different dynamic to the whole set. So when people heard you doing this, what were their first reactions?
Oh, people, man, people were electrified, man. I actually did a block party at this place called 63 Park, which is a block away from the house, because we lived on 168th Street in Boston Road, and we used to go play music at 63 Park, which is about 1 block away. So when people heard me, you know, scratching and mixing and needle dropping and just doing all kind of things with the record, it was electrifying, man, to hear your favorite record, a record you heard 1,000 times, and then you hear me scratch in the beginning and scratch in the middle and scratching the breaks and scratching, you know, different parts of the record. It basically electrified the crowd, man. You know, the B-boys started B-boying more. Some people came onto the front of the ropes and to see what I was doing and stuff like that. And it was just a beautiful thing to be able to present a new sound to everybody and not sound like the next DJ. And I feel that's what set me apart from all the other DJs, and that's why I became so popular so fast.
Wow, yeah, because you're doing something that nobody else is doing now. At that particular time, so DJs were doing blends and things like that. They just weren't scratching, right?
No, they wasn't. Back then, people wasn't really doing beats per minute and stuff like that.
Okay.
A lot of DJs didn't know the fundamentals of scratching. You know, they were just trying to scratch the record, not knowing that you have to be on beat with the record that you're trying to scratch. You know, you just can't just scratch the record. It's an art to it. You know, it's like now I teach at the Scratch Academy, and I, you know, teach people, you know, the art of scratching, mixing, dropping it on the ones and stuff like that. There's an art to that, man. There's really an art to it. And people didn't learn, other DJs didn't learn the fundamentals of scratching until time went by, because it was like, I was like 3-4 steps ahead of everybody,
Right.
as far as scratching was concerned, because nobody knew the fundamentals, you know? And people were sounding like, sneakers in the dryer, you know, and yeah, then the MC would get on and start MCing, and the DJ couldn't really keep the beat. The MC had to stop MCing and then catch the beat. And then the people that was dancing had to stop and then catch the beat again, because the DJs back then was not doing beats per minute. You know, you would play a record and it's like 120 beats per minute, and now all of a sudden you playing another record that's 80 beats per minute. You're like bringing the crowd up and down instead of keeping the crowd at one straight line and stuff like that. And a lot of DJs didn't understand that. So that's what kept them 2-3 steps behind what I was doing, you know?
Wow, that's for me, that's just so fascinating, because I remember the first time I heard a scratch, and then what was even crazier, the first time I seen somebody scratch, I'm like, how does this happen? You know, because especially I'm in Ohio, and I'm used to seeing my mom's big ass record player. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how are these cats doing that? Man. So tell me about the Scratch Academy that you have established.
Yeah, first, you know, I would just like to say, you know, rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. You know, sleep in peace, because it wouldn't be no Scratch Academy without Jam Master Jay. I mean, this was his idea. You know, he came to me in, like, I think it was like 1999, and told me that he wanted to do a Scratch Academy, and he was putting the Scratch Academy together and stuff like that. But, you know, when he died and stuff like that, he couldn't go on with it. So, you know, people like me and Rob Principi and a couple of corporate people decided that they needed to keep the Scratch Academy open, because this was his dream. And this is very, very, you know, important, you know, for people to learn how to DJ. You know, it was like back in the days, in order to learn how to DJ, you had to follow the DJ around. Okay, carry this record, carry that record, watch me do this, watch me do that, you know? Yeah, right. So, you know, it was crazy. So now you can go to a school and learn how to DJ, man. You know, it's a beautiful thing, man. Every year we got hundreds and hundreds and thousands of students, man, you know, trying to learn how to DJ. And when they come to the class for the first time, they see me in the class, and I'm teaching them how to scratch, how to beat, match, you know, how to do everything it is, you know, as far as a DJ is concerned. And, you know, it's been 22, almost 23 years that I've been there at the Scratch Academy. And I'm just so happy to be a part of that, you know? Wow.
That's incredible. Now, do you like travel and still kind of do the Scratch Academy thing? Do you take the show on the road, or you just like in, you know, one facility?
Absolutely. It's both. You know, we have a Scratch Academy here. You know, we have one in California. We have one in Florida, you know, and it's like people call me. I can go to Utah, teach a Scratch Academy class, and then that night do a venue. You know, I Boston, you know what I'm saying? Phoenix, Arizona, Las Vegas, you know, everywhere. Whoever need me, whoever want me to come to their city, I come, do a Scratch Academy class, and then that night do a venue and move on to the next city. You know, that's exactly, you know, what I've been doing, you know, and it's just a beautiful thing to still be traveling and teaching the art of DJing, telling people a story about my life and stuff like that, because ain't nobody gonna tell my story like me.
At all, you know, and that's the beauty of it, man, that we own our history, because, I mean, historically, we know when people tell our history, it never comes out right.
Yeah.
It never comes out. Now, once you had got into DJing, did you really see or foresee the way this thing would take off? Did you really see this thing taking you around the world?
Absolutely not. I did not see this, you know, taking us around the world. Me doing a soundtrack for the Wild Style movie, me scoring the movie and stuff like that, you know, getting the Fantastic Five MCs and just going all over the place and doing this and stuff like that. See, you know, hip hop was our lifestyle. You know, we
Right.
sleep hip hop from when we get up in the morning until when we go to sleep at night. This was our life, you know. So we didn't really think about next week or next month or stuff like that. We was living hip hop for the day. You know, we was doing something that we loved. We loved hip hop every single day. The b-boys b-boyed every single day. The graffiti artists, they paint murals every single day. The MC will get on the mic and they're MC all day. They'll write rhymes all day. The DJ would just play music all day, and you know, playing music is like a book about a different part of the world that you haven't been to, and that book will take you straight to that world. You could read a book about people in China, people in Japan, people in Australia, and when you're reading that book will actually take you there, you know. And that's what DJing is. You know, we listen to all of this music, and all of this music is just like taking us different places and stuff like that. You know, it's like you could be, you know, having problems at home, having problems with school, having problems with your girl, having problems with drugs, having problems with life, period. But once you start listening to music, man, it calms you down, man. It just takes you somewhere, because music is medicine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we just didn't know that this was going to be what it is today. Only thing that we was worried about was just living our life, and hip hop was our life.
Yeah, man, and I'm so thankful y'all was doing what y'all was doing. Like, how mind-blowing was it to know that you had people like in other states, and I'm not talking about like around, you know, the tri-state area, but Ohio and Nebraska feeling you. Like, was that mind-blowing? Like, could you just not believe it? How was you taking that in?
Oh, man, it was definitely surreal, man, because no matter where you live, man, everybody got a story to tell. Everybody got a story to tell. Everybody's going through something. You know, the government is not doing what they're supposed to do. The government is not taking care of us the way they should. People are rebellion. You know, hip hop is the voice of the voiceless, and everybody got something to say. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about hip hop. No matter where you live at, Australia, Canada, Malaysia, Japan, anywhere, everybody has something to say. And hip hop is a platform. You know, go in the studio and write some rhymes or something like that. Or you a b-boy or a b-girl, put together some dancers and dance. You know, or if you a graffiti artist, start painting the beautiful murals and stuff like that. You know, it's just a platform. It's like it's a not a way out, but it's a way to express yourself. You know, you can come home one day and be feeling real bad, and you just start writing your rhymes and stuff like that. You know, to get your words out. That's therapy, man. You can dance and just get all the frustration out. That's therapy. Or you could be a DJ and just go in your room for 3, 4 hours, 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? You living at your parents' house. Moms come knock on the door and put your plate under the door and stuff like that. You know, you eat your plate and then slide your plate back under the door, and you still in the room for hours and hours and hours. And when you come out that room, man, from listening to all this music, it's like it's a sense of gratitude, man. It's a calmness that comes over you, man, because music is a medicine, man.
Yeah. Yes. How do you feel about the with technology, the push button DJs nowadays?
When I teach in class at the Scratch Academy, I make sure that the people learn how to DJ on the turntables first. I say, if you want to be a good DJ, learn how to DJ on the turntables first, then you can move on to the controllers and all that other stuff, man. You know, it's like you want to drive for the first time. You don't want to learn how to drive on some kind of virtual reality machine, you know, and then you get outside on the streets and you start running everybody over. You know, you want to learn how to drive on the streets. If you want to learn how to cook something, you don't want to cook a turkey in a microwave. You want to cook the turkey in the conventional oven. You know what I'm saying? Prepare the turkey, do the basin, do all that stuff. That's basically what DJing is. DJing is conventional oven. DJing is driving on the streets. That's what DJing is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know, people have to, I have nothing against, the push button DJs and everything like that, but learn the history, man. You learn the history of DJing, it'll make you a better DJ. Don't just play hip hop. Don't just play R&B. Play everything. Open genre. Play all kind of music, because you're gonna end up being locked in a box, and you don't want to be in a box, man. A DJ is all around, man. So you don't want to be, left in a box, man. I salute all DJs around the world and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And with the new technology that's out, I mean, you can't help it, man. I mean, technology is going to be here, whether we like it or not.
Right.
It's like you see the first car. You see how the first car was made? Now you got cars that drive you home, and cars that tell you where you're going, GPS, and tell you if a storm is coming, and record you driving and stuff like that. I mean, that's just the way the world is. Everything evolves. There's nothing you can do about it. And if you don't respect it or acknowledge it, it's just gonna just pass you by. That's just the way it is, man.
Yeah. So that's a simple truth right there. Now we're in the quote unquote 50th anniversary of hip hop, give or take. Over the last 50 years, what has been your overall take on hip hop from its inception to where it is now? What's been your overall take on it? Because you've seen it, you are it. So what's your perspective on it?
Well, first of all, I'm only celebrating 48 years in hip hop, but I have, my other brothers and sisters that celebrate 50 years, like Cool DJ AJ, God bless him, Lovebug Starsky, God bless him, Pete DJ Jones, you know what I'm saying? God bless him. And there's a lot of people, man, that put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this art form, into this culture that we call hip hop, that's not here anymore. You got Disco King Mario, got so many people, man. And these are the people that celebrating 50 years, of hip hop. These are the people,
Right.
You got the people today that's been in hip hop 2 years, 3 years, and they're going around like, oh yeah, we celebrating 50 years of hip hop. But when you say celebrate 50 years of hip hop, you're celebrating the people that basically recreated hip hop. Because we didn't create hip hop. We recreated hip hop. Hip hop was always here from the beginning of time, And when you say 50 years, man, you say all the people that was doing hip hop before records came out, And most of the people I just mentioned, Cool DJ AJ, Lovebug Starsky, Pete DJ Jones, and all those people, man. They're celebrating the 50 years, and we need to salute these people, man. I don't want to look on TV and say, oh, we're celebrating 50 years of hip hop, and they showing groups that's been out for like 8 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. I can't roll with that, man. When you celebrate 50 years, you celebrating the people that put the blood, sweat, and tears into hip hop before it became hip hop. I mean, we called it the jam. We never started calling it hip hop until like 79, 80.
Right.
1969, 70, 71, 72, 70, all those years we called it the jam. Yo, you been to the jam, or you going to the jam? That's what it is, man. And these people need to be celebrated, man. That's why, we got the Revolution of Hip Hop Museum here in the Bronx. So when people come to the Bronx, man, they can come and salute the people, man, that's celebrating the 50 years of hip hop.
Yeah, I plan on coming out there this summer. I was talking to a couple of friends. We gonna come out and pay homage, man. I want to check out this museum because I keep hearing about it, and I gotta see it, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely got to come down, man. It's definitely, man, something that you would definitely want to come see, man. Definitely.
Now, are you going to be participating in any shows that pays homage to the true originators that you were speaking on, or is there anything going on for them per se? Because you know the last award show really didn't tap into those people, and a lot of people that speak on it don't even speak on these people.
Yeah, well, what we're going to be doing here in the Bronx leading up to August, we're going to do 50 days of hip hop, celebrating the 50th anniversary. So 50 days before August 11th, we're going to be doing, you know, parties, block parties, barbecues, everything, you know, pertaining to hip hop and stuff like that. So for 50 days, everybody can, you know, be in New York and enjoy, you know, the 50 days of hip hop in the 5 boroughs, you know. And I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. And the 50 days is going to lead up to the August 11th. So we're going to be doing all kind of stuff, man, paying homage, doing barbecues, having block parties, having the West Coast guys come over here and do shows with us, having the Dirty South Show guys come over there, and, you know, the Midwest. Everybody should just come over and just party with us, man, for the 50th anniversary of hip hop.
Now, what keeps you inspired to keep going? Because you had this energy, and it's a youthful energy. What keeps you inspired and keeps you going, man?
Well, well, like I said earlier, man, like hip hop is my life, man. Hip hop is my life. I do hip hop every day. When I get up in the morning, I'm hip hop. When I go to sleep at night, I'm hip hop. I'm hip hop all day, every day. It's in my blood. It's my bloodline. You know, I'm surrounding myself around positive people and trying not to be around people with negative vibes and stuff like that. You know, trying to eat right, trying to drink right, trying to do all the things, man, to keep myself together and stuff like that, because that's very important. It's like if we knew then what we know now, a lot of our relatives and stuff like that will still be together, man, because a lot of the food that we eat, man, is like killing us, you know? And we have to learn, what foods to eat and what foods not to eat, you know, drink a lot of water and stuff like that, man. Eat a lot of fruits, eat a lot of vegetables, you know, eat a lot of food with fiber in it and stuff like that. Don't eat processed food. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. You know what I'm saying? I got to admit, I mean, you know, I've gotten to the point where I'll just eat anything, go eat anything. But now I watch what I eat, man. You know what I'm saying? And my birthday is Sunday. Sunday is my birthday, man. And yeah, Sunday's my birthday. I'll be 60 years old, man. You know? You don't see the gray hairs, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, G Records? Yeah. April 2nd, G Records. We about to do it in Connecticut. We gonna talk about it. My man G, peace. Yeah.
Shout out to Connecticut. I actually lived in Stamford, Connecticut for a little bit. Got love for Connecticut, man. No doubt.
Yeah.
No
we're
doubt.
gonna be doing something there April 2nd, and we just gonna have a platform where we be able to, you know, talk about the history, you know, of hip hop, where it came from, where it's at right now and where it's going, because I feel that it's very, very important, man, that people learn, you know, the history of us, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, sometimes we, you know, we get mad, even myself, we get mad, but when people don't really know their history. But, you know, a generation gap happened in the 80s and the 90s. A lot of people really didn't find out about who we are, who we was, you know? And, you know, some people just don't care. Oh, these guys are dinosaurs. They had their time. Now it's our time. Nah, you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? We say when we finish. You know, you can't just come and sit at the table and start eating and not find out who cooked the food. You know what I'm saying? We cook the food. We put the plates down. We put the forks down. We put the drinks down. We set the whole table. And all you gotta do is just sit down and eat. Come on, man. You gotta pay homage, man. You gotta say your prayers. You gotta be thankful. You know what I'm saying? We make the blueprint, you know? But what for us, people wouldn't be billionaires, millionaires, sending their kids to college and all that stuff. We made the blueprint. We not mad at anybody. You know what I'm saying? So we just that, yo, recognize, man, where it all came from. That's all we saying.
Yeah,
Recognize where it came from.
yeah, because that, like I say, it just goes back to the history thing. It's just very important to know. You know, like I have a grandson, and he loves old school hip hop because I influenced him. You know what I'm saying? He likes a little bit of some of this other stuff, but you know, I put on something, and he like, okay, Papa. You know what I'm saying? 11 years old, and he be rocking with me.
Yeah, he
And
can feel it, man. I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can feel the soul of the music, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got nothing against the music that's out today. People talk about, oh, mumble rap this and this, that, drill music and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I like it, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't like it. I'm just saying, you know, like these artists gotta really understand that this music that you're putting out, you have to make sure that, you know, you got some kind of guidelines with it, you know, because, you know,
yeah,
these people, these kids, man, they listen to the music and they think like that's what it is, man, you know? And
it's crazy because like for me, it's like if I hear a new song versus an older song, it's just the feel of the music is just so different.
yep, it's so different, man. You can feel it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And people
And I'm like, what's going on?
and people ask me, they say, well, what, you know, what what area of music that you really like? I say, yo, I like the 90s stuff, man. I love 90s hip hop, man. I love 90s hip hop because it was original. Every group that came out sounded different. You know what I'm saying? Even the hip hop and the R&B was like started meshing with each other. And then you had the reggae was meshing with the hip hop and stuff like that. It was a beautiful time for the golden age of hip hop, man. You know, and each group that came out didn't sound like the other group. You know, you can hear Wu-Tang, oh, that's Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's Public Enemy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or that's Rakim, and or that's Big Daddy Kane. Everybody sounded different. And it was a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing, man, you know?
Yeah, yeah, you know, and I just like the messages, you know, and I tell some of these young guys, even back then, we had gangster MCs. That's nothing new. It's like, but how they presented it was just different. You know, Cat's been trying street shit. That's nothing new.
Yep. Most definitely.
You know, now with the Scratch Academy, how can somebody get in touch with you to help you with that? Like if they want to make a donation or whatever, how can they get in touch with you to contribute to the Scratch Academy?
Well, I mean, you know, Scratch Academy is you know, you can just go to scratchacademy.com and stuff like that, and you can join the classes and stuff like that, you know. You know, my IG page is the real Grandwizzard Theodore, and then my Facebook page is you know, Theodore Livingston, or you know, Grandwizzard Theodore and stuff like that, you know. You can go on YouTube and watch me teach classes and stuff like that. If you go to the Scratch Academy, you know, website and stuff like that, it'll show you how I'm teaching my classes and stuff like that. And it's just very important. At the Revolution of Hip Hop, I teach classes there because you have classes that pull up there every single day. They're only open from Wednesday to Sunday, but Monday and Tuesday they're closed. But on any given day, you know, I go over there and then you have like 3-4 classes there, you know, standing around watching me DJing and stuff like that while they're looking at all the exhibits and stuff like that. And I might stop the class and stuff like that and have a couple of students come up and teach them a couple of scratches and stuff like that. And they do a Q&A and stuff like that. And then, you know, they leave and then the next class comes in. We can have like 3-4 classes a day that coming in. Sometime it might be 18 students. It might be 20 students. It might be 11. It might be 12. But classes are constantly coming in and out of Revolution of hip hop. You know, 610 Exterior Street in Bronx. Come down in and the sound system in there is crazy. They got the crazy, yeah. That sound system will give you a headache. Shout out to Baseballs. Shout out to Baseballs.
What's up? That's what's up. And one last thing before we go, for any aspiring DJ, what advice do you give them?
For all the aspiring DJs, man, just learn the history, man. Learn the history of hip hop. Learn about Cool DJ AJ. Learn about Love Buzz Starsky. Learn about Pete DJ Jones. Learn about Cool Herc. Learn about Grandwizzard Theodore. Learn about the L Brothers. Learn about my brother Mean Gene, Cordio. You know, learn about DJ Baron and Breakout. Learn about Cool DJ Red Alert. Learn about all of us. Now, all the names I just said, as far as DJs is concerned, we're all different. We're all different in our own way. You know, if you go to Cool Herc and stuff like that party, he's not cutting and scratching and doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He has a big giant sound system, and once he play that record, it's like that's all he has to do. You know. Then you got Love Bug Starsky. Love Bug Starsky, he DJs and MC at the same time. You know. And then you got Cool DJ AJ. You know, AJ cuts and scratch. He plays everything. You know. Then you got my brother Mean Gene and Cordio. They play everything. They play Motown. They play house. They play funk and soul. They play all of that. And then you got me. I'll come in. I'll do a bar mitzvah. I'll play salsa. I'll play merengue. I'll play 80s, 90s, Motown. Whatever kind of music you want to hear, I'll play it for you. If you want me to come and scratch and do tricks and all that stuff, I can do that too. But as a DJ, once you learn the history of where DJ comes from, it'll make you more better at your craft. Just don't say, oh, I just play hip hop music all the time. Come on, play some R&B, play some disco, play some 80s stuff. You know, play some funky soul. Yeah. You know, so you got to just make sure you're all around DJ and learn your history, man. That's very, very, very important.
Man, no doubt, man. Once again, the Honorable, the legend, Grandwizzard Theodore, thank you for your time. I really appreciate your contributions to this thing that I love called hip-hop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. I don't let you go. I know you're a busy man. You enjoy your evening. And happy birthday, young man.
Al Mecca, thanks, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, I appreciate you, and I will stay in touch, man. We'll be chopping it up soon. You
got my math. It's anytime, man. Anytime.
All right. There it is.